Hello, friends. Good day to all of you, and hope you're doing well. And it's pretty early in the morning here in Middle Tennessee, and early February. Not too cold though. Only about a couple degrees above freezing. I don't know, 34, 35, something like that. Gorgeous sunrise this morning. Hopefully, everybody takes time out of their life and out of their day to notice how beautiful things are that the Lord gives us. And so many times we overlook just the absolute beauty of nature and what it is we've been blessed with. But it just is what it is, I guess. People get caught up in life. I never noticed anything about the sun or the moon or the stars until I was in my 30s and moved out of Tennessee to the Midwest. And then everything changed. I noticed a lot more open sky. Of course, I grew up in all these hills and woods and a lot of, tobacco and hay and stuff like that around where I grew up, but not a lot of flat fields. And then I moved to the Midwest. It's just flat everywhere. Got a lot more sky. You can see a whole lot more. But anyway, so we're out here pretty early in the morning. As you can see, there's Dad's old truck. It is pulled up by Grandpa's shop here. So that was actually pretty easy to get up here. My brother come over and we yanked the hood up with the chain, got it out. Got it all pulled up and around and got her up here closer so we could look at it a little bit better. Close enough I can get into the shop if I have to. And then, I got the bed completely cleaned out. That was a mess. Definitely got some rot issues, but it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought the entire bed would look like this right here, but it didn't. So I'm thankful for that. So hadn't done much else to it though. Inside's still bad. Birds have got in here and went to the bathroom on my board there with that big old hole. And I did find some rust in the cab, right there. And then I found out why there's rust in the cab. There's no headliner. So, when we get up above, right in here, there's some kind of a nest up there. So, I've got to get that out and see if we can get that cleaned up some. Because we can't be having more stuff I gotta fix. I did get the carburetor cleaned up, or not necessarily cleaned up, but all the trash off of it. Put my little thing up there. I'm just checking to see if this is starting to free up yet. It's trying to move a little bit, so we'll see what happens when we get there, but that choke might be froze up on it, and I might have to take it off to get it to pop loose. I did clean up some battery cables. Starter solenoid's not working correctly, so I've had to jump over to the other side of it and just throw some juice straight to the starter. The starter itself does work. The engine does spin over. Smog pump down there completely locked up, which is fine. I was gonna go around all that anyway. Here in Tennessee, we don't have those regulations on these old vehicles to have to do that. I'm not going to take the smog pump off. I'm going to leave it on there. I'm not going to unmount or nothing. I want to try to keep this truck as pretty much as original as it is. So having this thing out of the woods, though, I don't know. It really it doesn't look as bad as I thought it would be. And underneath, with the exception of the floor pans and the holes that are in the bed there, the frame on this thing looks really, really good. I mean, it's better than my black truck. My black truck is a Midwest truck, and it's got some rot on it, which happens, which I don't think I've ever showed y'all my black truck yet. So maybe we'll walk up here this morning and I'll show you it while we're kind of waiting on the weather to warm up a little bit. It's hard for me to get my son out. He doesn't get up too early in the mornings. He's more of a lay around and rest kind of a guy, so to speak. But we're going to try to get some projects done today. I've only got a few hours to play around into the afternoon anyway. I think we've got to take my girls somewhere today, so we got to leave the house around 2 or so, go find out what's going on, what we need to do. So again, we're just down here on the farm, our old farm anyway. It hadn't been a farm in a long time. It wasn't. I was growing up. I have come back and done a little bit of stuff for Grandpa, but not too much. Of course, the old house is gone. They put a trailer up in the way and all that good stuff, but it is what it is. Alright, so here's my black truck. That's my 79 F-150 instead of F-100. It is not original by any means of the word. It is, we call it Frankie. It's made out of several different trucks. So when I bought this truck, all this was gone. Every bit of it was just rust. Rusted bad enough it just looked like a big old gaping mouth with sharp rusty teeth. So we fixed the outside bed panels. Now this inside of the bed is not in the best of shape either, but that's actually different than it was when I bought it. When I bought the truck, they had a bed liner like what come on that white truck right there. You kind of make it out. It had a bed liner, and they didn't seal it, so the entire front corners up through there on both sides completely gone. Like you could step through them. I'm a 6 foot tall man, and I could climb all the way off in there, and I weigh about 230, 240 pounds, somewhere between there. And I could get in those holes and climb in and out without a problem. So we found a bed that was trashed on the outside, but a little bit better on the inside. And so we dropped it in there and just got through it. I did not change the tailgate because I kind of like the rust look to it. It just looks old and kind of nice. And there's my cat. There's Ginger. Ginger is a beggar. She thinks she needs to be fed all the time, nonstop. But we like her. She's my Pepsi cat, I call her. I was working at a Pepsi bottling company. Found her in the warehouse, and we brought her home. But this door's going to pop when I open it. Alright, so the gauges in this, they look stock, they're not. It's an Intellitronics gauge panel. So it's all digital. You know, not too bad at all. This the inside's not too bad. The seat does need just reupholstered. It's just old and got some rips in it, so I've just got the bag on it there to keep it put up a little bit. No hood emblems. Not the guy I bought it from, but the guy before him took the hood emblems off. And I don't really know why. This, hang on a second, because this hood doesn't open as easy as the red one. Sorry about that. Got a little view of the sun, or the sky anyway. This one has a 351 Windsor in it. Originally it had a 302 with a C4. It does still have a C4, but the motor's, like I said, different. It's a 30 over. It's not super built by any means. It's actually an O'Reilly's crate motor, and the gentleman I bought it from the original owner that had dropped this motor in there, or from my understanding was the original owner. They had dropped this motor in there about 04 or 05, and I didn't buy this until 14 or 15 is when I got it. The motor had 30,000 miles on it. It's got about 45,000 miles on it now. She runs pretty good. He had a problem getting the engine to run correctly, and the reason why is you can tell it's got a new distributor in it. It had the original distributor, and it was just bad. It was just wore out. It needed to be changed. When they put this in there, you have to put other parts on it because it doesn't come with everything. And he dropped the old distributor from his 302 off in it, and it didn't work. He never could get it to straighten out. So I got it and bought it and dropped a new distributor in it, and she runs fairly well. Nothing that I would take to a drag strip and brag about or nothing, but she'll at least get out of her own way. So I'm kind of thankful for that. It's been a good truck for me though. I spent 10 years living in the Midwest, and for 4 or 5 of those I was driving this one. So yeah, but that's Frankie. It's definitely been played with. It had a bad wreck years ago from the original owner, so they had to fix the front frame, and so yeah, it's been welded on the front end. But no worries, I didn't give a lot of money for this truck. It's, the integrity of the frame is good. It's not bad. It's not beat all up. It's not going to fall apart by any means. But you can see there the frame repair. It's got some booger welds all over it. Hey, Ginger. Yeah, it's my girl. Does have aftermarket sway bars, front and back. Does pretty well with it. Flowmaster 40s for the exhaust. I'd offer to start it, but most of my family's asleep. And, well, this truck's a little louder than they care for it to be when they're sleeping. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to try to get out here this morning and show you around a little bit again. And just really, it was the sunrise that brought me out. Just a beautiful day. So, and it's going to be a beautiful day, even if it is overcast. Remember, folks, your day's always going to be what you make it to be. So anyway, friends, with that, I hope y'all have a great day. And Lord willing, we'll see you at another time. We look forward to it. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.